Excel chapter 3 case problem number 1. Okay, let's copy 3-3 from the student data files folder to my working folder and then rename it as quality. Okay, and then number 2. Okay, write your name and the date. So B5. B3 is your name. And B4 is the date. So go to the formulas tab. Then select the date and time today function. And then hit OK. Alright, next. The control data worksheet, okay, A6, in the range A6, and all the way down. Okay, use autofill to enter the text strings batch-1, right? And then why don't we just get, the background is all same, so why don't we just double click this one, double click the autofill, so it automatically adds the numbers at the end of this string all the way down. Okay. Okay, that is number, this in the range B5 to K5. Okay, B5 to K5, this is batch, the title, batch dash, so sorry, wafer dash 1, right? Enter. And then now click the low right corner and then drag it. Control Z. Click and drag it all the way to the right up to K5. So this one increases the wafer number 1, 2, 3, and so on. Okay, in cell M6. Okay, let me scroll to the right. M6. Okay, sample size. Okay, M6 is use the count function, so equals type count function name and then open parenthesis the number of values in range B6, so B6 colon K6. So you will count the numbers, only the cells that contains numbers. All right. And then N6, still same, calculate the difference between the maximum value. So equals, okay, range is equal to, find the difference of the maximum and the minimum in the same range. So it will be, use the maximum function, maximum of K6 to, B6, right, B6 to K6. Parenthesis, open parenthesis, close parenthesis, minus the minimum value of the range from B6 to K6. Okay, enter. Can you see it? So this is the formula. Okay, this is the formula. All right. And this is the formula for the sample size. Okay, now average. The average in 06 is equal to, so average function, average, open parenthesis, of B6 to K6. Close and then enter. Okay, use autofill to extend. So we have 3 formats. So we're gonna do the autofill at once. So select it is 3 cells and then double click this autofill button. Autofill button not working? Okay, then bring it down. Bring it down all the way down to 055. All right. In cell V5. Okay, cell V5, where is V? Okay, V5. Okay, the batch average. The batch average is, okay, the X bar, that's the batch average. So type average, average of column O. So column O is, type O colon O. Enter. So what are the values in column O? So column O contains this average value. So what we did is we just selected column O. O column O, right? Okay, and then V6. Select V6. Display the value of R bar. The R bar is average function. So equal to average of this time the column N. So N column N. Okay, enter. Okay, number 6. Do the following to complete the lookup table. Okay, W10. Okay, this is L means the lower limit, So W10 should return the values of cell V5. Okay, so this is equal to V5 minus, the V5. So when we, okay, let me try this first. So V5 minus V10. And then multiply by cell V6. Okay. Okay, what happens? Okay, let me just use this one and enter. So we have this value, and then once you copy this one, what happens? Some different values. If you copy this one down, then what happens? Since there's no dollar sign for absolute reference, the row number changes. Okay, let me explain this one again. Okay, the format of the first one is V5 10 6, right? 5 10 6. So once you copy this cell down, what happens? The row number changes. So 5 10 6 will become 6 11 7, right? 6 11 7, 6 11 7. And then this one 7 12 and 8. So all the row number changes as we copy the formula down, right? So actually we don't want to change. We don't want to change this two cell address. So V5 has to stay same, remain same, right? Remain same. So why don't we put dollar sign in front of V and 5? Okay, so column V and row 5 will never change, and even V10 will never change. So select V10 and then press F4 key once. So all the dollar sign is attached in front of V and row 10, row number. Okay, and V6. Okay, V6 is the one that should be changed every time you copy the cell down, right? So V6 will be V7, V8, V9, V10, and so on. So let me try this. Use the apply the autofill. Come on, autofill. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't save this one. So F4, press F4 and then enter, and then autofill. Okay, look at this. So V5, V10. How about this? Why do we have this value? V5, V10 minus V9. Okay, because this one didn't, this is, okay, when you autofill, this one stopped from here. So you can just bring it all the way down. We're supposed to have value here because why this V9? This gotta be V5. I'm sorry, this is V13, right? V8. Wait a minute. Is it V6? I'm sorry. This gotta be, sorry. This is not V6. It's gotta be V10, right? V10. Okay, this value is V10, right? V10. Multiply by, what is V6? Multiply by V6. Oh, I'm sorry. made a mistake. V6 has to be fixed. So this is F4 and V10 should be changed. So press F4 so that you got until you have V10. So V10 is the cell that needs to be changed. This one, right? I made a mistake, sorry. Okay, enter and then autofill. Autofill all the way down. Okay, so look at this. So we have V11, V12, V13, V14, and so on. And then V5 and V6 remains unchanged. Okay, so we call this absolute cell address. Absolute cell address. So absolute cell address has dollar signs, and they will never, they will not, the row numbers or columns will not be increased or decreased. Okay. Okay, so X10 is the upper control. So the format for this one is equal to, okay, V5. Okay, V5 is this one. So we don't want to change this. So F4, so put the dollar sign, minus, okay, so we are here, minus V10, the value in V10. V10 is this, and this value should be changed when we copy the cell. So 10 should be increased by 1. So V10, V11, V12, 13, and so on. So multiply by V6. Okay, V6 should be fixed. So press F4 so that we can put the dollar sign in front of V and 6. And enter. So we should have this value, right? Okay, correct. And then apply autofill all the way down. Wait a minute. X10 should display this number. Sorry. This is plus, right? Not minus. I'm sorry. The upper control is plus. Okay, plus. So V5 plus V10 times V6. Okay, it's gotta be plus. Then apply this. All right. So we got 651. This is correct. Okay, so we just applied the autofill, right? Okay, then let's do the number 7. Okay, in cell P6. Okay, P6 is, okay, where's P6? Okay, so P6 is this one, right? P6. Okay, P6, we're gonna use a lookup table. So lookup table, we're gonna look up the value in M6. Okay, we will look up this value M6, all the values from this M, and then from the table, okay, this M is 10, right? M is 10. So in this case, from this table, all the way down, right? So we'll look up those sample size. So if it is a exact match at 10, then it will return, this value, or this value. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. So in P10, okay, P6, click P6 and use the VLOOKUP, vertical lookup. So this one requires 4 arguments. The first one is the lookup number. So we're gonna look up this value from the table U9 to X33, and then we want this to be fixed. We don't want to change this this range. So press F4. So this one has all the dollar signs. So whenever we copy this cell down, the row number changes. So M6 will change. M6 will be M7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. But this cell address with the dollar sign will stay same, remain the same, right? So and then we will return, if there's an exact match, then we will return the value in the third column. So press 3. So exact match is for false. Okay, false is for the exact match. And then enter. So if there is a sample size 10, then you will return the third value, the value in the third column. So it is 10, right? 10. That the value in the third column is this one, right? That's a lower control. So 620.67. 620.27, 67 is here. So this is correct, right? So you can apply the autofill for the rest. Alright, so sample size 10, then you got the same value, sample size 8, then you got different values and so on. So upper control. So upper control is Q6. Okay, using 4 as the column index number in the VLOOKUP. So equals VLOOKUP. Look up the value of this M6 from the lookup table. Okay, the lookup table is U9 F4 colon Ch03 F4. Press F4, that means you are adding the $sign. And then we will return the value in the third column. So fourth, right? Fourth column. This is 4 as the column index. So fourth column value, and then exact match. So we gotta and type false. Okay, false is for the exact match. Enter. Okay, so 10 for the sample size 10. Then the value on the first column is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the upper, right? Upper control. So 6, 29, 38. 629, 38. So we got the right answer, right value. And then apply the autofill. And number 9. Okay, we will determine a batch if a batch is not in control. So that is row, the cell R6. Okay, R6. In this case, we will use a if function. So if the average in the column O is less than the lower control number. So if the average is less than this lower, actually this average should be between these two, lower and the upper control. So if they are out of range, so actually if this is less than this one, then it will display what? Out of control. Otherwise it will display in control. So this is what we can do. Use the if function, so equals if, and then the logical test is if the average value 06 is less than the lower control, okay, comma, then what happens? We will enter out of control, and then double quotes, comma, the third argument. So if the logical test is true, then it will display out of control. Otherwise, otherwise means if it's not less than the lower control number, then it will display is in control, right? So in control. Double quotes, close parenthesis. So when you display a text, you must use double quotes. Enter. So since this one is not less than this, in control, this is not less than this one, in control, okay, use the autofill, and then this one is out of control, so let's check. So the average is less than the lower number, so yes, this is correct, out of control. Okay, number 10. So number 10 is similar to the previous one, so the upper control result. So if the average is now greater than the upper control, then we will display out of control. So click S6 cell and then equal sign. So use the if function. So if the 06 is greater than this time the Q6, right? Q6. So if this is true, then this is out of control. So double quote, out of control. Double quote, comma. So if this is true, so if the average is greater than the upper level, then out of control. Otherwise Otherwise, a double quote, in control. Double quote, close parenthesis, enter. Okay, so now apply the autofill. So let's check the second part. So the average 630 is greater than the upper level, so it displays out of control, right? Okay, that's number 10. Okay, number 11. Use the conditional formatting. So let me scroll this down. Zoom in, zoom out. So there are 3 out of control, 1, 2, 3, and then out of control for upper level is 1, 2, 3, right? So why don't we select these 2 columns, starting from R6, okay, R6 all the way down to this. So use the, okay, we're gonna use conditional formatting. So conditional formatting is home tab, conditional formatting, and then you display, okay, we're gonna display any cell that contains out of control in this color. So highlight the color if the text in the cell contains out of control. Okay, then select red fill, light red fill with dark red text. Okay, the first one. Okay. So as we highlight, this out of control in red like this, so we can see how many samples are not in control, right? Okay, number 12, 858. Okay, write your conclusion. So the question is, okay, there are 50 machines on the assembly line, okay, are not within the control. So there are 6 machines that are not within the control, right? So what is our comment? And this out of control machines makes defects. So we can conclude that, okay, what are the number, well, okay, what's so lower control result is number 6, number 14, 40, 54, right? Okay, anyway, let's type it, the conclusion. Okay, we can say that there are 6 machines that are out of control. Okay, they are what are the machine numbers? Okay, just write the numbers. So 14, 40, 54, 14, 40, and 54 for low control. The low control the limit, right? Okay, for, did we see LCL, right? And the UCL is, what are the numbers? Sample size, sorry, I used the wrong number. So instead of, okay, so batch number, right? Batch number. So batch number, we gotta use the batch numbers, right? Batch number, not I used the wrong number. So this is not 14. So we have to use the batch numbers instead of this. So let me write the comments and then show you later on. Okay, so I made up something like this. So there are 6 machines that are out of control, and they are batch number 93549 machines for lower control and batch number 22750 machines for upper control. So these 6 machines should not be used in this assembly line. Something like this. So write your own comments. All right. Okay, so it looks like this. All right, so we are done.